Well, hello, my beauties. My name is Katie, also known as Katie B Hair, and today I'm going to do a deep dive into Rusk Deep Shine Demi. This, hands down, favorite gloss, used a lot of glosses, and I want to give the rundown on how this line works. And I only use this one exclusively in my studio, knowing how it works and knowing that there are a few other, like the packaging, knowing what mixes together is super, super important. So make sure that you are following and subscribing, and I'm going to dive into all this right now. Let's go over all the colors in it. It's a big portfolio, you guys. And we have Deep Shine Demi. We have Deep Shine Demi Gloss Toner, the Express, and I'm going to go over each of those and how they intermix. So right now, let's go over the portfolio. And I love the fact that in the Rusk color swatches, they all go into like a little book. It's cute. All right, open it up. We have all of your basic levels, and this is going to have a red, yellow, blue, and that's going to create your natural brown background to all of the N series. This is very important. It's going to give that perfect balance to have that perfect brown background that you need. Then we're going to have the Ash series. We have a 6, 7, 8, and 9. And in each one, we have like our 9, we have our violet, blue violet, blue violet, green blue. So as you look at each level, for example, a level 6, what pigments do you see in a level 6? Red, orange, right? So when we look at this level 6, we have green, blue. So it's completely canceling out those colors of that undertone at a level 6, giving you a beautiful ash. Now, mind you, just like I talked about with the Ruskin 10, pure tones, you're working with pure tones. So if you take this 6A and put it on a level 9 or 10, it's going to get interesting. So be aware of the tones. When you getting these swatch books is very important, so you know exactly what tones, like that 6 has a green and blue tone in it. If you need to balance it out so you don't end up with a green or blue blonde, then add on your N series to it. That is the Ash. Next up, we're going to have the Sand series. I went over this in Ruskin 10. S in Rusk stands for sand, not for silver. And also sand is my favorite equal balance. And let me show you why. When you look at it, it has yellow, violet. And it's an equal balance of that yellow, violet coming through here. You have it at a 6, 7, and 8. And look at those tones. Those color swatches are so pretty. Gold series. Everyone's about the gold right now. And remember, this is pure tone, okay? So we have G for yellow gold. Not yellow gold, sorry. Gold. And we have 7G, medium golden blonde. 9G, very light golden blonde. And I say gold, let me remove that back. You guys, it's not turning it literally orange. It is giving beautiful, beautiful reflex of that warmth that you want, that pretty warmth, okay? Then we're gonna have the Copper Gold series. This 9CG, let me put it right here. This guy right here, I like using it on my hair. So even though I do use Vivids on my hair, this 9CG, it's pretty. And you can add it to your blondes and it really gives a very beautiful balance. It is not overwhelming whatsoever. Then next up we have the 5M Olive Rusks. They're reds. Oh, they're pretty. This one's gonna be like a true red wine. Nice and cool. You're gonna have the red violet. Next, chocolate series. Now, when I talk about chocolate series with Rusk, their chocolate, I say it's like a chocolate cinnamon. Like it has a little bit of that red undertone when I've worked with it. So make sure when your client's like, I want chocolate, do you want like a golden milky chocolate or do you want like a cinnamon chocolate? Because when I've worked with these guys, you have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, creating that medium chocolate brown and that light and that dark. Now when I use these, because you are working with a level 4, 5, and 6. And what is the pigments, that natural pigment inside a 4, 5, 6? It's red, okay? So when you're putting a chocolate on there, be aware if you need to adjust it or add an N. I will add a little bit of the N series into any of my chocolates just to get that like perfect, even like chocolate candy bar color. That's beautiful. The P series, love, love. So the P, you have silver violet. That's where we're finding silver in Rusk. It's going to be in the tones. Now let me remove the back to this so you can see that that is very, you can see that silver, kind of like a titanium the pearl is. Now let's move to the platinum series. So we have BB, BV, BN. Literally, I use these all the time on all my bright blondes. Now, when you see the, put this right in front of me, the BB, BV, BN, what levels are those? They were formulated at a level 10. Now, I have swatched these out and used them like as dark as a level 6, but these were formulated. So if you have that really bright blonde and say you want to have like that beige neutral, like you don't want it ashy, you don't want it gold, you just want that Goldilocks, like you just want it just right, that would be the beige neutral, okay? The beige violet is going to be a violet yellow violet. The beige blue is violet yellow blue. When I work with the beige violet, I use that on a lot of my blondes. One of the biggest formulas I use when I'm working with the BB, BV, BNs will be BV, BN equal parts. And you're going to have like that bright, beautiful blonde that you have that hint of just like glowing white pieces, because that violet is going to kick out any of that yellow that's in the hair. And since these guys are formulated at a 10, it's going to be gorgeous and bright. Now, I have used these even on a level 6, and say you use the BB and you have a lot of orange going on at a darker level. It does cut it. I've swatched it. It does work. Okay, it's one of my hot tips on the side. Then let's get into the Express, and I'm going to disclose this. One of the swatches on the Express is not exactly, it's not at all how the Express looks. So when you see it, it looks scary, but it is really not that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? So we have, these are the beautiful 5-minute Express. So you have 6NW, 7N, 9P, 9VR. Look at that VR. That looks a little scary. It's not like that whatsoever. So this VR, see how like violet-y that is? I would say when I use it, it's like a drop of violet. So when I've swatched it on its own, you know, if you leave it on past that 5-minute mark, it will get darker. But the 9VR is just a very soft VR. It's not gonna make it violet or red. I love to do equal parts of the VR and P. It gives that like gorgeous ash platinum. So no warmth in the hair. It's not going to turn silver or gray, but it's definitely on the cooler side. And I will use equal parts. When I have my brunette touch-ups, so those gray roots coming in and they're getting Rusk and tint on their roots from their gray touch-up, we'll process their hair. I'll lay them back and I can leave the roots on them after I've been processing the roots for 5 minutes with the Rusk and 10. And it's that brunette, and we just want to add shine, some gloss, some tone. This is my favorite formula, is using the 6NW. This guy right here, I'll just put a toner bottle, put it all over, process the roots and then that together for 5 minutes. Rinse it off. You're going to have epic shine in the tonality that's going to come through, because we all know that gray colors, they can just get flat. So this is really going to freshen it up. I use the 6NW on my levels 4, 5, 6 when I'm doing the root touch-ups, and I'll almost do that every time when I'm working with my Express colors like Rusk and 10 and Express, that gray root client, I can do their gray root touch-up, a gloss, a haircut, and blowout all in 1 hour by utilizing the Express colors. So I have now gone through all of these guys. Now let me go through their packaging, because I know with me it kind of confused me a little bit. So let's pull out all these bad boys. So what I'm going to show you guys first is the Rusk Deep Shine Demi. They do have their old packaging and new packaging, okay? Let me get this all out. So you're going to see two packaging. It's the exact same color. We have the Demi Permanent Color, 9G, 9G. I'm going to show you guys these. If you can see them up close. Okay, it is the exact same thing. So when you're going and you're shopping for these guys and you're like, well, which one do I get? What's the difference? They're the same. You know, what you're going to see is you see the Deep Shine, the Rusk. It's all the same. So next up for packaging, we have the Express colors. It's these guys. You're going to see at the top, see, it's kind of with my lighting. Let me drop my light down a little bit. It has the Express at the top of it. Focus right there. Pull it back. Okay. Then is the gloss toner. Here's the gloss toner right there. With all of these, you can mix them all together. All of them can mix. So say you want to use the Express and you want to add it to the Deep Shine Demi, you can mix these guys together. Now, if you're adding the Express into any of the Deep Shine Demi gloss toner line, after 5 minutes, I advise to just kind of wipe and keep an eye on the hair to see how it is processing, because the Express glosses are progressive, so they will progressively get darker. And what's the cool thing about that? So say I have my 9P right here. There's only 4 colors with Express for now. So 9P, so say you're like, I want like an 8P. Put the 9P on, hit 6 minutes and check it, and just keep checking, and it's going to get darker. You could drop this all the way down to 6P if you wanted to. Keep an eye on it, and it will cut down your process time with your demi shades, which is a game changer because time is money behind the chair. You can also mix, you know, the gloss toners with the Express. They're all intermixable, which makes it amazing. And my little hot tip is I add almost a little bit of the Express to any of these guys whenever I'm working. I feel like it really helps with getting that coverage. And sometimes, you know, we are all guilty of it. You're not leaving these guys on for as long as you need to. We are all guilty of it. It doesn't matter what color line. You get that gloss on, you're trying to hurry. If you ran behind, it may not have that. So adding the Express toners, whatever level it is, it will speed it up, whether it's a capful, an ounce, whatever. It really truly helps. Next up, when it is coming to what developer to use, so you can use either the 0 lift or the 10 volume. 0 lift, your natural base. So right here, so I have some virgin hair on here, okay? If I use the 0 lift, my virgin hair is not going to be changed or adjusted. It's just going to deposit on to any colored hair or lightened hair. Now, say you want a slight base bump or adjustment in the base, that's when you would use the 10 vol. You use the 10 vol with any of these guys, and you're going to have a slight adjustment in your base. Mix ratio, 1:1, super easy. The other thing I can go over is with other color lines, you'll see that there's like a specific developer for the demis. With Rusk, we have a universal. So we have a 0, 10, 20, 30, and 40. You use that across the entire line. It's so cool. It literally game changer with storage in my small little studio. So don't worry like, oh, which one do I use? Just grab your 0 or your 10 and you are good. I think that is all of my tips and tidbits. Some of my favorite formulas, if you want to save them, is for that really bright, beautiful, clean blonde, I will use the Deep Shine. I'm looking down at it. Gloss toner, the BB with BV equal parts. It's going to be super like bright and beautiful. If you want that really clean, bright blonde that has that glow to it, like there's warmth, but you don't see the warmth, equal parts gloss toner, BN and BV. Moving into the Express series, my go-to is equal parts 9VR, 9P. You can't go wrong. If you guys go to my page on Instagram, KTB Hair, you will see these formulas. They're flawless, they're beautiful. The next one for my brunettes is the deepshine demi, the chocolate, that's 6CH chocolate mixed with the Express, the Express 7N. Now I will do, say, like an ounce and a half of the 6CH and then a half ounce of the 7N. It's so pretty. If you want a little bit darker, stay with the 7 in that mix formula, but drop it down to like the chocolate level that you want. So those are my favorite for the chocolates. And then when it comes to the mahogany, the 5M, I like to mix it with a little bit of the 6NW just to cap. It's pretty. So I hope you guys like all of that. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will get to all of you guys. Have a beautiful day.